We've got a Fox News alert for you. The Deputy Attorney General Rosenstein has issued a brand new statement. In it, he's categorically denying a New York Times report from today that he discussed secretly taping the president wearing a wire and considered mobilizing the cabinet to remove the president using the 25th Amendment, which has, of course, never been used. Rosenstein said this, quote, "I never pursued or authorized recording the president, and any suggestion that I have ever advocated for the removal of the president is absolutely false." That denial is much more explicit than the one that the newspaper published today, where Rosenstein called the story merely inaccurate. Dan Bongino was an NRA TV contributor, former Secret Service agent, author of Spygate, the attempted sabotage of Donald J. Trump, and, of course, a very close observer of all things happening right now, which is saying a lot because a lot's happening. Dan, what do you there are so many different ways to look at this, and it's certainly not a defense of Rosenstein to suspect that maybe this is a trap being laid for the president. What's your view of it?
You know, Tucker, if it's a trap or not at this point, I don't know. We're into triple-double reverse psychology at this point. The bottom line here is this. How does I mean, really, is this, you know, I don't want to get off topic here, but listen, the Republic, the whole premise here, Tucker, is a government by the people, for the people. Okay, that wasn't meant to be like a bumper sticker or a silly slogan. Let's just throw it. That's out the window. That's gone now. It's now clear as day by the New York Times op-ed, these videos we've seen surface of Democrats, Socialists of America embedding themselves in the government, and allegations, to be fair, against Rosenstein, which he has not been to many of us, by the way, covering Spygate, to be fair, that there were discussions, these allegations, there were discussions of removing a duly elected president from office. Tucker, not with the guy at the McDonald's, with the deputy director of the FBI and a lawyer working on the investigation of Trump. Tell me again how all this deep state stuff is just a bunch of kooky conspiracy theorists, you know, sitting in a car in a driveway with the radio antenna going. It's just insane.
Well, I've been very late to the deep state idea because I hate the phrase. I don't want to sound like a nutcase. I've lived here most of my life. I don't want, you know what I mean? It's like it's hard to get me on board with that idea. But watching how they have prevented, and the president's buying into it, to his discredit, prevented the release of the FISA warrant that allowed the Obama people to spy on Carter Page is making me think, actually, the people who run the government are against the people who pay for the government, us.
Tucker, I get it, and I don't want to play the euphemism game with you either. And I don't care if the New York Times op-ed writer calls it the steady state, which they did. Call it the sloppy state, the smarmy state. I don't care what you call it. I'm just interested, and I agree with you. They will use the deep state as like, oh, look, a tinfoil cap wearer. I get it. I'm totally with you. And I don't ever say anything I can't back up. I mean, my book, I'm not trying to sell anybody's book, is extensively footnoted with left-wing media sources saying things like, oh, British intelligence was passing information about the Trump campaign to the Trump team. Tucker, that's an actual CNN headline from April.
Yeah.
I did not make that up. They wrote that. So tell me again how we're all crazy. A foreign intelligence entity was assisting the United States government in spying. And the only reason I bring it up is because Donald Trump, in that interview with Sean Hannity last night, dropped a little hint that there are some foreign governments that object to this FISA release. Really? Noticed. Why? What were they doing in this?
No,
it's
Sue,
crazy.
Why are their concerns more important than the public's right to believe in its own government? Speak slowly so I can understand. We're out of time. Dan Bongino, so great, as always. Good to see you.
Thanks, buddy. See you later.